Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Seminar. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. So, seeing a video of a gay white man trying to come for black women, right? It's just very, very funny. Why is it funny? Because looking at him, I can see all the mannerism that is coming from him. And then I do not want to be very rude. I do not want to be rude because some people will be like, are you this phobia? I am not, right? But this particular one, I don't know what to say or what to do to him. But then let's get into this video. Coming out to said that you are tired of seeing black women coming for white women because of the braids they wear. And why is it that black women wear wigs, blonde wigs, but nobody tell them anything? Now, this is to show you that he doesn't even understand himself and he doesn't even understand what is going on. Black people already, they have made this very clear that they do not like it. They do not appreciate it. When you all wear the same hair that was ghetto, that was never any good, that you all kept criticizing, not until they made it very fashionable. And that was when it became fashionable for you people. They have said it several times that they do not appreciate it when you people wear it. But you all want to continue to wear it, which they have already gotten over and they do not care. And then saying that we might have different perspective when it comes to politics and all that. That we can, it's okay if we can sit down and talk about it. What exactly is a black person going to sit down and talk with you? What can you tell a black person? You know what? Let's get into this video.
If, like I said, if I see one more black girl attacking white women for having braids, I'm going to make a video. It's funny, though. If a white person attacked you for having blonde hair, you're going to pull the race card like you're doing right now. That's what they do. They pull the race card because you guys are so oppressed. You're so oppressed. You know, and I'm tired of that whole oppression joke, too.
So Ken finally decided to show his true colors on live about black people, and let's go ahead and talk about it. And before you say I'm reaching, he literally is talking about me. Before this happened, Ken was talking about how Trump can have another term if World War III were to happen. And he said, and I quote, "Do you know the other presidents who had another term besides two? Because I do. I know them by name, and I know each one." He then proceeds to get down on his phone, where, like, the camera doesn't show, and he's like this, right? So he's typing, but the iPhone goes... Now he's, like, looking down, reading off, like, who it was and stuff like that. And so I commented, I was like, you literally just looked it up. You said you knew a by name in each one, but you just looked it up. Like, I bet you guys don't know. I bet you guys have to look it up. You guys have to look it up. And then proceeds to look it up. So I was like, that was a little hypocritical. So I was like, you literally just said you knew it. And then he was like, oh, but I did know it. I did know it. Like, and I bet you didn't know it, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. And then he proceeds to mute me, right? But while muting someone, you have to go through their profile and then click mute. When he finally gets to my profile picture, here, I'll give you guys a demonstration. And you know, this Lemonade girl, I'm just so tired of her. And, ooh, let me not say what I was gonna say. So now I'm curious. I'm like, I was trying to get off the live after he muted me because I was like, whatever. So he then was like, Lemonade special, I've seen that girl before. And it's just, like, what I was gonna say was, and then, like, kept, like, not finishing his sentences, right? So now I'm, like, super curious. He was like, this is black, once again, taking back his word, right? And then he was like, she has a blonde wig in her profile picture. And you know what? I hate that black people like her hate when white women wear braids, but the moment that a black girl like her wears a white girl wig, now it's okay. So the first thing that I initially thought, I was like, I've never worn a blonde wig a day in my life. And also, this is my profile picture. I'm wearing braids in that, and also that's not blonde, that's brown. It looks like Ken doesn't know his colors. Anyway, so then he proceeds to go on this big rant on how black women hate to see white women wearing braids, but black women always wear these colorful wigs and wear these blonde wigs. I hate to see when a white girl wears braids. How did this conversation even come up? Because like I said, I've never worn a blonde wig. If you literally go on my profile, this is as close as you're going to get to blonde. And it's still brown. Still brown. So not only are you starting a topic about black women that you have no education on, by the way, but you also jump to conclusions of what my stance was when white women wear braids. But not only that, you also only brought up the topic because you muted a black girl. And then you proceeded to say you're gonna say something out of pocket. So what was it? Because I want you to say it to my face. And guys, I don't think it's rage bait. I think it's just straight pick me. Like, I truly do believe that he does stand for Trump. And I truly do believe that all the things he's saying is like what he actually feels. But I also think in the back of his mind, he is so insecure about himself to the point where he needs to feel validated by the other people to feel wanted, to feel needed. You know what I mean? Because it's just so crazy that you decided to bring up a topic while it's being on my name without me even saying anything about said topic. You're just obsessed and you're weird. That's all I have to say.
I'm a gay Republican. Do I regret my vote? No. Am I ashamed that I voted for Donald Trump? Absolutely not. And I'm very tired of people trying to shame patriots and Americans who voted for Donald Trump simply because our beliefs don't align with yours. I'm not sitting here asking you to sit there and forgive us and be besties with us, but the left needs to learn a lesson. Number one, this is America. We are allowed to vote for whoever we want to vote for, whether or not you agree with it or I agree with it. Number two, harassing and bullying someone and politically persecuting someone simply because their beliefs are different than yours is literally disgusting. We need to stop. As a country as a whole, can we just stop this left-right war that we have going on right now? Listen, I get it. You hate me and I probably don't like you. And honestly, that's fine. But why has it gotten to that point? Why can't we just be adults, sit down and have actual conversations so that we can learn from one another's perspective? When I went to the Cheer Choice Awards, I had the pleasure of talking to some very beautiful people that had very different beliefs than what I did. And we had beautiful discussions. I wish that people on the internet were more willing to have these kind of discussions, because I feel like once things are talked about and more people get comfortable talking, the problems start disappearing. We got to get to that point. I know that you don't like Donald Trump. I know you think all Republicans are terrible. But instead of believing the news and what the internet's saying, why don't you actually go up to a Republican or a Democrat, vice versa, and have a conversation with them? I was like you back then. And then this past trip, me actually having genuine conversations with people with opposing beliefs really changed my perception on the whole thing itself. So therefore, let's just get along. Let's drop the ego. Let's drop the hatred. We are all Americans. Whether or not you are red, blue, in the middle, it does not matter. We are Americans, and we all should be fighting to protect this country. I am tired. As a Republican, I am tired of having hostile, negative energy around me and the Republicans, and vice versa on the Democrats. It has to stop. We are all Americans. Instead of pushing each other apart, we need to come together and make the world a better place.
I talk to Trump supporters and they be dumb as fuck. I don't care. They're yell stupid. When people say they voted for Trump, I always ask why, and they give me stupid ass fucking answers. One of my ex-friends voted for Trump. Don't worry, y'all. I cut the bitch off already. Don't look at me like I'm crazy. Before I cut them off, I asked, why did you vote for Trump? Because I want to know why you made such a fucking stupid decision. So she tells me out of her own mouth that the reason why she voted for Trump is because she is a Christian woman and that Trump is for the Christians. And if you are a Christian, you need to vote for Trump. That is what she said. So, of course, I love a cute little argument. So, bam, I asked her, I said, so you're a Christian, right? She says, yes. So I said, you believe in God? She said, absolutely. So I said, okay, as a Christian woman, how does it feel that you voted for someone that created their own Bible? She looks at me like I just lied, like I just made a blatant lie. She said, well, that's not true. I said, it is. You know, we can Google it together if you like. You know, I'm a little messy like that. I said, we can Google it together. And we did just that. We Googled it on my phone, and he called it the Trump Bible. So I asked her again, as a Christian, right? How does it feel to vote for somebody that made their own Bible? I thought that was blasphemy, but I want to hear your thought process. Go ahead. This bitch looked at me dead in my eyes and said, Obama wasn't any better. No, who the fuck brought up Obama?
This is all I got from this video, and it's really crazy how somebody is gay and at the same time racist. I don't know what's going to happen to him, but who's going to tell him? For now, I will just be watching till the day I will hear stories. But you all know how it's going to end. Pro Max cry, tears. But, you know, sincerely speaking, sometimes when you say they are poorly educated, you definitely will know that they are poorly educated. Every time, the only thing they want to do is to take a swipe at people that look like me. Why? Because they cannot. They do not have any other thing to talk about. And when you look at them, you can see their mannerism. He is, I don't know if he is white or maybe white passing kind of person and all that. But when they talk, who is he talking like? Some people cannot just beat it, It's that thing that they admire so much, and the best they can do is like maybe they know that they can't get there. The best they can do is to criticize it. I mean, like he's trying to tell you that you can have discussion with them, and they can learn. Sorry, they can learn something from you. You can learn. What are you going to learn from this person? I'm sorry, do not get me wrong. Some people will be like, "Why are you?" No, I am not. The way he spoke already shows that there is nothing as a black person or anybody can learn from him, because he is not even smart enough to teach people that look like me on some certain things. He should sit down and listen to black people when black people are talking, especially when it comes to culture appropriation and all that. When people say that they do not want you doing this, respect their culture. And then if you don't want, continue moving. You want to teach us, you want to teach black people, and you are saying that they can learn one or two from you. Not today and not even tomorrow. This is where I am going to draw my curtain, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.